Hey guys, Gamekeeper John here. Today we've got an interview which I'm doing a video interview for Flip Magazine. Sent me a load of questions. I'm going to read the question out to yourselves and then answer it the best I can. I was going to read through it and plan and write loads of stuff down, but you know, what's the point in having it all written and all that crap? Got myself a nice bottle of ale. I'm going to read the questions out and I'm just going to say it as it is, you know, as it comes out. So the first question they sent me about the Andover shoot was, bear with me 1 second, Flip Magazine said, this was your third year competing at Andover. What was the attendance like compared to the other years? And also, what was the standard of shooting like compared to the other years? Well, anybody who goes to any of the shoots will know every shoot, the standard gets a little bit higher and a little bit higher. So the level of shooting was out of this world again. There's people, you know, grouping that big, 30 metre course, people hitting it consistency and all that. The attendance was up on last year. Quite a few things happened last year around the Andover shoot. I ain't going into none of it, but a few people went their way, and you know, it was in the middle of rebuilding and stuff. But it was still a good turnout last year. But this year was without doubt bigger, and the level of shooting was better. So yeah, it was a better event in my opinion. As I say, the shooting was better, the turnout was better, and it was a good friendly atmosphere. There was no complaints. It all went absolutely perfect. Question 2, asked to me by Flip Magazine. What do you think of the extra events that were added to the format, including the 30 metre, the polo shoot, and of course the Hogan's Heavy Metal? Well, providing we've all got time, I think the more shoots you can have is the better, but you got to have as many as you can, but keep it easy to run and keep everybody busy and not have too much going on where you have loads of crappy shoots. You want to keep it serious, do it the way it was. But yeah, it was perfect, spread over 2 days, absolutely amazing. The 30 metre was brilliant. Our 10 metre and 20 metre UKCA events are a paper target, our official target, 7 shots. This time we were shooting from 30 metre, and we never stuck with the same stuff. We put that was knockdown squirrel target, no, that was rabbit target, sorry, but it was only about that big, on the floor as well, little spinners, and that just made it, it was a great comp, 30 metre, I love that one. The polo shoot, the polo shoot, it's always a good laugh. Everybody donates £10 in, sponsored by the Minotaur and all that, and I enjoyed it. The polo shoot was great. I think did Jumbo take it this year? Can't remember off my head, but I'm pretty sure Jumbo took it this year, and last year Stephen Oates took it. And the winner always nets herself £300 or £400 because it's £10 to enter, and that's great because you know it's an extra event, it's quick, and you know the winner can had herself a bit of wanga. So yeah, the polo shoot, spot on. Hogan's Heavy Metal competed at 10 metres. That's a great event, and thumbs up to Pete Hogan for sponsoring it. Always puts a lot of prizes on from day one. He's been a big, you know, supporter of the UKCA and sponsoring and all that, giving us prizes. Big thumbs up from me. Yeah, I like the 10 metre. 10 metre is my favourite distance, or it was. 10 metre used to be, well, it still is one of my stronger points from a shooter, but within the last year or two I've sort of used more max on my bands, and now I'm shooting from 20 metre and field events with similar accuracy and similar drop to what I would at the other events, so I seem to be doing better in all the events now as opposed just to the close range grouping. So yeah, I like it. I love the 10 metre. Apart from that flyer I had, anybody who was there, I went to shoot. It got to the first round of the finals in it. Actually, I'm not going to go into that yet because that's one of the other questions, I think. How did I do? I've had a quick look through, so we'll go into that one in a minute. But yeah, overall, all the extra events, really like them. Can't fault them, and I don't think anything should be changed. I liked it, and I think everybody there who did compete enjoyed it. Question 3 from Flip Magazine. I know the hunting course was especially hard. How tricky did you find it? Well, it's a hunting course. It's not going to be easy. Anybody who goes hunting with a catapult, no matter how good you are or how bad you are, you know, you don't hit a lot of the stuff you're after. You should be, but it's hunting. It doesn't happen like that. I found it hard. I had a bye to the final, so I only got to go round it once, which was in the final. I think I hit 44 off my head out of 50, which that was enough to win the final because I actually won that, but it was only by a point, and then somebody else come third by another couple of points. Well, that's just under half the points. Now, if you're in a hunting situation, you know a good shooter will probably take just under half the shots he hits, so I think that worked out about right. It was only one shot per target. A lot of people found that really hard, and you know, there's a few things about it, should you have more on that, but you know, we've all got to shoot at the target, we've all got the same amount of attempts, we're all at the same distance. It's one of them, innit? Don't matter if you have 10 shots or 1 shot, we've all got to do it. But from an hunting point of view, me personally, I'd have liked to have had more shots, it would have lasted longer, but it's a hunting course. 1 shot per target, that's what you get at your game. Unless you get a stupid roosting pheasant, but you know, you shouldn't be doing that stuff anyway. But yeah, I liked it. It was good. It was real. All the targets was, you know, spinners and stuff, the right size heads, what you'd be after, from 5 metre up to about 25 metre, I think. On the ground, a lot of them was on the ground, which was good because, you know, rabbit, squirrel, pheasant, pigeon, they all walk across the ground. When I'm hunting, probably 70-80% of my hunting shots are on the ground. You know, I don't take that many up the trees. I can't get close enough to the bloody pigeons anyway. But yeah, the hunting course, it was hard. It was very, very tricky. It caught a lot out, but that's how it was. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a really, really good comp. Very difficult. No matter who you was, a difficult comp, but I enjoyed it all the same. Great stuff. Question 4 that they sent me. What events did you make the final, and out of those events, what did you place? Well, there was 4 events on the day, and there was the polo shot, but that's a different event. It's not one of the events, if you know what I mean. Jumbo won that anyway. But at the 4 events, the first event was the UKCA natural comp. That means where you've got to use a natural catapult off a tree. You can have a bit of the bark off, but there's no carving to the fork. There's no, you know, shaping it into a frame that suits you. It's pretty much as it is, on the tree, band it up, and away you go. And I chose to go for a TTF one. You've probably all seen it on my other videos. Just a basic ash fork, nothing done. 2 slots, matchstick method, pin it in. And I made it to the final, and I won that one. Luckily, it was close. I think Ian Jackie come second. Ian Jackie Cowie come second. Not 100% who come third. Could have been Stuart Duke, but I think that's who it was, but I ain't sure. Excuse me. And yeah, I managed to win that final, so I was happy. First event down, carrying on from where I left off at the BCA one, because I won a few there. After the first natural comp, we went on to the 30 metre one, which I explained earlier was little knock spinning little rabbit targets, but that wasn't rabbit size, that was only about that big. Got all the way to the final in that one, and placed second in that one. Some great shooting by everybody, especially young Jack Davis. I think he's 15 years old. What a shooter he is. If he sticks at it next shoot or the next 2 shoots, we've all had it, because that lad can hit maximums, that lad can hit spinners, that lad can do anything. And he shoots a pocket poacher super griff. A good lad. Yeah, so I got to the final that one. Stuart Duke won that one. I come second in, and I don't want to say names in case I get them wrong, and if I do get it wrong I apologise, but I think young Jack Davis come third in that, I think. Sorry if I got it wrong, but I know he placed in one because he had silver, and I know he was in that final. Third event of the day, Hogan's Heavy Metal, which is the one sponsored by Pete. 10 metre, got the top 8 scores go through, they shoot off, and then the top 4 go through. Shot a 68 or a 69, made it easily to the last 8. Then that flyer, it happened a few times, and it happened in the hunting event final as well. I don't get what happens. Anyway, in the last 8, for the top 4 scores to go through, I put 3 or 4 balls in a row. On fire, doing well, thinking, yeah, I'm having a 69 or 70, yeah. I pulled back, shot. Target was about 10 metre away, straight in front. The ball went straight down and hit the grass in front of me. It was about 8 metre away from the target, you know what I mean? From going bull to one, literally, I could have thrown it close, I could have kicked it close, I could have spat closer. But it happens, it's one of them, I don't know what it was. But anyway, I went out, so I made the last 8, not quite the 4-man final, but I was in the finals. Then the next day, the Sunday, was the field event final. I won the 2014 UKCA field event, so I had a bye to the final. Everybody shot off against this 20 course field event, all random targets. top 6 names joined me in the final, so we had a 7-man final. That bottle looks a bit rude there, doesn't it? But yeah, we had a 7-man final. We all went round, did what we did. In the final, halfway through, I had another one of them flyers straight to the floor. It was close all the way. Skipman started off on fire, but the first targets was only worth 2 points each or 3 points each, because that was the closer ones. So he probably hit more targets than anybody. But once we got halfway round, the targets went up to 10 points, the last few. And there's a couple of little spinners on trees like that from 20-25 metre or something, which was worth 10 points first hit, 5 points second hit. And luckily for me, I had a little bit of a run on a couple of the spinners and bagged a couple of points up, like 10, 15, whatever. Now we got back to the last shot of the day, which I didn't know at the time, was a squirrel knockdown target, about squirrel size sat up. I think it was about 25 metre the last one, maybe 30, I don't know. And I hit the last, my last shot out the 20 first time to give me 10 points, and that shot put me 1 point in front of Jumbo to win it. But I didn't know at the time that this shot was going to decide who wins it. I hit it, and we never knew the results. We all went and sat down, and it got announced. And to be fair, nobody knew the results. It was that close, but it was me first, then Jumbo, then Skipman. I think it was 45 to me, 44 to Jumbo, 41 to Skipman. But again, like all the comps we have, the top shooters, there's only ever 1 or 2 shots in it. So, you know, there's nothing in it really. The top shooters are as good as each other. I think I've just had the luck of the run this year, because when there's been 1 or 2 points in it, I've always been the one who's the 1 or 2 points in front. Not necessarily because I'm any better than them, it's just the way it is on the day, and I'm sure things will turn around as the shooting goes on. But I ain't going to complain if it's a bit of luck coming my way. Happy days. So yeah, that was that question. That's where I placed in the events, and you know, and that was good. I made 3 finals. I got to the last 8 in one, apart from the flyer. So out of 4 events, I got a first, and a second, and I had that nasty little, can't swear, you know, the one that lit the ground and put me out the 10 metre, which was probably my strongest event. But yeah, cheers. Right then, next question from Flip Magazine. Congratulations, that is pretty impressive considering how tough the competition was. I believe you also competed at Chatsworth. How was that, and how did you do? Chatsworth, well, I've been after Chatsworth for a couple of years now, and 3 or 4 years actually, and it's always been the Skipman as the Jumbos or the stall owner. This year, I managed to win it, and this is something I'll tell you about how it happened in a minute. This was, it was only 2 days ago I won this from making this video. That is something I've been after for 3 or 4 years. Chatsworth British Catapult Championship, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. I'll tell you about how we shot to get there. But this is something, this plaque, these dates on here go back to 1995, 1996. This is where the UK shoots pretty much started. It was the first one. This is what got Skipman into it. Skipman got into the UKCA. This is, you know, the start of it over here. And I'm just so glad to have got my name on here, because there's 2 spaces left and I've got to get my name engraved on one. So after me, there's only 1 more chance to get on this. I'm not sure what they'll be doing with it, whether they'll get a bigger one and put all the names back on, or whether they'll just start another one. I'm not exactly sure, it's not my decision to make. But, you know, it's a touching piece, this, because this is what everybody got into it, or if they never actually got into it through Chatsworth, this is the reason where we are now. So to get my hands on these, can you see that? Chatsworth Country Fair, I can't read it properly, British Catapult Champion winner. But you know, absolutely buzzing. And you got some of the old times, you know, from 1995, MJ Bush, S Ellis, G Moxon, R Smith, G Moxon. You come back round to the newer times, you got the likes of Ian Jones, Skipman, Jumbo. So you know, the top shooters from, you know, over 20 years ago, 1995. You know, it's been around for 20 years. This finally got my name on it. This one's got to go back next year unless I can hold it. But I've got this one to keep, and that's absolutely buzzing. You know, look at the size of that. That's what you call a trophy. Humble place in my collection with my others. But I'll tell you a little bit about what it was about. Excuse me a minute. basically there was over 400 people entered. You get all your top shooters from the UKCA as normal. Your Skipmans, your Jumbos and all them. And whoever else wants to come, anybody can come. You get all the people from the actual country fair, any one of them can enter, and there's probably like 50,000 people who go there, but obviously they never all entered the catapult shoot. It's about 400 or 500 I think. So Gary Moxon said, who runs it. It's £2 for 7 shots. The comp itself is only 8 metres away. The bullseye is about 1.5 inch big. You get 7 shots, so it's a solo target. It's not too far away from the UKCA targets, what you've probably seen in my videos. And the top 4 scores from all day Saturday and all day Sunday go into the final at 4:30 PM on the Sunday. Just before I was telling you what the scores was, I was talking to Gary about the level of the shooting, and I was talking to Jumbo about how the shooting rises every time. Go back 4 years, a 62 or a 63, 64, that would get you to the Chatsworth final. Go back a couple of years, it was 67, 68, that would get you through to the final. This year, a 69 out of 70, you wouldn't have made it to the final. 4 of us, it's 70s. That's 7 shots for a bullseye about 1.5 inch big to score a 70. That was me, Skipman, Jumbo, and somebody, I forgot the person's name, he brings old John Tatlow to the shoots, who hit a 69, who is 80 years old. 80 years old, this man hit a 69, and he's at 70s before, but he could only get a 69 this year. But the person who brings him, who's pretty much unheard of as a shooter in the UK, goes and pops a 70 in. So you get the surprise thing. Once you all get into the final then, that's on a solid target. You have 5 shots, the final 4, at one of these. And this is my actual target which I brought back, and this is the winning target what I want it on. Can you see the holes? You got bullseye, 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 and a 9. And I won it on a 49. Now on our day, me, Skipman, Jumbo or anybody could 50 that for fun. But the pressure of the final with 1 attempt, you know, it's a different ball game. Anybody who's shot in front of loads of people in the final will know exactly, pardon me, will know exactly what I'm talking about. Jumbo and Skipman joint second with a 47 each. They had to shoot off again, where they both hit a 46 each. Then they had to shoot off again, and Jumbo done it then with a 49, the same score I won it on, I'll add as well. And Skipman a 44. So that was first, second, third at Chatsworth, and it was good. You know, I really liked it. It was the same 3 finalists last year. The only difference is me and Jumbo swapped, because Jumbo won it last year. I got second, I've got the trophy and whatever in there, and Skipman third. So, you know, we're over and over him. But yeah, I forgot the question is, my phone's locked itself again, so bear with me. But that was pretty much how it was. And yeah, that was Chatsworth. And it's getting busy. It's getting bigger and bigger, that Chatsworth shoot. I think it started off as a little stall and that, and now you get all the top shooters going. Because if you do all right at it, you get something like this. And for somebody who likes the shooting, it means a lot to. Like, it means a lot to me. I ain't no trophy hunter, I ain't a glory hunter. I've got a passion for catapults, and you know, I love it. One way to put it. Plus, it's good for business. So yeah, that was Chatsworth. Next question. Well done. I know one of your closest competitors there was Jumbo, but at Andover, a few newcomers gave you trouble in the events, one of which was young Jack Davis. How did he shoot? I said earlier about Jack Davis, he's 15 years old. He shoots one of my catapults, the Pocket Poacher Super Grip, pretty much same style, same grip, you know, pretty much how I do. And, you know, he outshot a lot, or pretty much all of our top shooters. It didn't quite come together in the final, but through the rounds he was shooting. I don't know if he knows this. Me and a few of the other lads were stood behind him, and he was like, "Fucking hell, look at that lad. Bull, 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 9, bull, bull, bull." Even on the long range stuff, 15 years old. And, you know, he doesn't have to get any better. He just needs to stick what he does. And if he improves a little bit and just keeps a bit of consistency up, he'll win silver every shoot, without a doubt. He can hit 70s. He could probably hit 68s on a bad day. He's 15 years old. That's why I've got him on Team GC UK. He's one of my sponsors. Got him on board. What a shooter. And, you know, I've in no shadow of doubt, if he sticks to it, like I said, he doesn't necessarily have to get better. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing. Probably drop the nerves a little bit in the final or whatever. Even if he has got none, he might not have none. But, you know, first shoot, 15 years old, shooting with the UK's best shooters. And there's like 1 point in it. And he even placed in finals and took silver home. Knocked some of our people out who have won titles in the past. So, yeah, Jack Davis is a good one. And as for Jumbo, well, come on, everybody knows Jumbo. Jumbo's won loads of stuff at the moment. There's me and Jumbo. Well, that's what we say at the moment. We're having a little contest. Who's won the most bits of silver? And I think me and Jumbo, from the start of 2012 at all three catapult comps and over UKCA, BCA, Chatsworth and all them, we're having our own little thing who's won the most bits of silver. And me and Jumbo have pretty much took off from the rest. We're sort of at the top two. I'm not saying we're the best top two shooters by any means. That's how we count the silver. Jumbo's on about 20, 21 pieces of silver at competitive level at the shoots. Not online, not other stuff. We've all won other bits as well, but just counting them, he's on 21. And I think I'm on about 17 bits of silver. But by 17, I've took a lot more first place titles. I've actually out to 17. I think I've took 14 first place, but I haven't won as much as him silverware. But I've won more first place titles. So we sort of up there, and he's without doubt one of the best shooters in the UK. Just at Chatsworth, you was watching him there. The bullseye's only an inch and a half. 77 in a row. He actually took one shot. He paid for 2 lots of balls because you get your 7 balls. Took 7 shots, put them for the bullseye. And instead of waiting for the target to be changed, he goes, I'll use the same target, put another 7 shots for the bullseye. Gary come along and scored it. Jumbo had already qualified anyway, so it was just more of a fun thing. He goes, you got a 70 there, Jumbo. Jumbo was like, try again, 140. 14 consecutive bullseyes, that big. An absolute amazing shooter. And there's loads of other newcomers. Stuart Duke turned on the heat this time. He ain't come to all the shoots, he only normally does Andover. But, he shot brilliant. Jack Davis, without a doubt. You got your normal ones who always shoot well, like Skipman, Keith Dighton, your normal lot. And you got newbies coming through by the second, and the newbies now, they're shooting, they started shooting, they get into the shoots and they're hitting 67, 68 grouping that big. Now, go back a few years, go back 3 or 4 years, anybody who could group like that would win the titles. Now, you have to hit a maximum, then pretty much hit another maximum in the final and hope everybody else is off it. The level over the last, what I've seen from the last 4 to 5 years is it's ridiculous. There's no other way around it. It's ridiculous. And I honestly think, hand on heart, we have some of the best shooters in the world over here in the UK. And I'm not saying that bad to any other countries. I've watched the Spanish ones and the American ones, and without doubt they have world-class shooters who could beat any of us on their day. But I also think we've got shooters over here that on our day could go and beat anybody in the world. But, I suppose every country's got the top few, haven't they? But, it's just, I don't know what it's like in the other countries if their sport's growing as quick or as fast. But we've just had the new BCA, British Catapult Association, set up. They're more knockdown targets to paper. First event, they had like 150 people come in. It's boomed. Best wishes to their success in the future events. And I'll happily support and send prizes and that to them as anybody would, because it's to do with catapults. So as for the competitors, I've gone rambling away now because it's my second one. But like I said, I wasn't going to write nothing down because I can just stand there, they've asked a question, I'd rather say it as it is. I always say it, sit down, have a chat. And I think they're the best interviews. But yeah, Jumbo is definitely my biggest rival if I had to pick one. But there's so many people who can beat me when they're on fire on the day, so there ain't no rivalry really. I've known Jumbo since the first shoot, get on with him like an house on fire, he's a star. So that's it about the competitors. Right then, next question. I believe Jack Davis is now part of Team Gamekeeper. How does that work? Well, it's in early stages at the moment. We've only just got the hoodies sorted. And all with Team GCUK, we've got the pin badges, we've got the logo designed and all that. Basically, I'm after a few people to join my team who shoot my stuff or use my products. So we can have a team of people going to the shoots. So if I don't do too good or anybody else don't, at least we've got 4 or 5 strong shooters. And like I say, he's part of Team Gamekeeper Catapults, Team GCUK, representing me. I'll supply them with hoodies, band sets, TheraBand. What if they need anything, I'll supply them. Pardon me, even catapults if they need anything like that. And in return they shoot for me and we can have a team of good shooters. Got Jack Davis on board of the team, who I think will be one of the best shooters you've sent. I think you'll hear a lot more of him if he sticks to it. I hope he does, but it's his life, what he wants to do, he's up to him, he's nothing to do with anybody else. I'm on board, I'm part of Team GCUK. My partner is on board for the women's shoots, Anne Biggs. She's current title holder at the women's UKCA, and she can put in the score herself. She got to the knockout stages at some of the finals at our shoots, so she can shoot with the men, but she's the women's holder. Skipman Jones spoke to him at Chatsworth, supplying with some bands and that. I think he's going to be on the team, and we are looking for more. We want to recruit a big team. It makes no difference to me how many people we get on board, how many hoodies I have to get done, how many catapults I have to give away, as long as we've got a good, strong team to go to every event. But I think we've already got an absolutely brilliant team anyway. But if we can get more, we can get more. There's a few people who I would like to ask and I'd like to get on board, but a lot of people don't go to every shoot, so I don't want to be sending stuff out, sponsoring people for them to turn up here and there. I'm trying to do it so we've got people who are actually turning up and doing the business all the time. And we've got a good team so far. It will grow. We've only got a few fun charity shoots at the end of this year left now, so there's nothing really competitive until the start of next year, which I think that's one of my questions anyway. I'll tell you about that one in a bit. But yeah, that's the team, that's how it works. They represent me at the shoots, they wear my logos, products, shoot my bands, catapults. I sponsor them, they don't pay for their bands and all that sort of stuff, and in return I can say if somebody wins, he's part of the team gamekeeper, he's done well, thank you. And it's how it works. That's how a sponsor works with anything. You sponsor them, they advertise your product, they do well with it, you sponsor them for longer and that sort of stuff. So yeah, next question. I hear your wife shot pretty well. As well, you must be proud, do you practice together? Well, I've just spoke about her shooting, that's obviously, of course I'm proud. She didn't shoot a catapult before, she didn't shoot a catapult until I met her. And she's the hunting videos she's doing, Jesus, if you check my YouTube at the rabbit kills, she shoots instinctive on a catapult I made her. She always shot a natural, then I made a template of the natural, made it into a board cut, it's called the Pegasus, not brought out yet, but it's basically a board cut natural. It's comfy. She shoots that with 27, 22mm single ferro Bengal, folding at the forks because she likes the slim line. And just throwing back, she target shoots an on-scud, pheasants, rabbits, pigeons. She takes the lot, to be fair. And I've got the videos to prove it. Just type Gamekeeper John into YouTube and check our hunting videos. We've got 30, 40 videos. Well, actually, if you're watching this video, it's probably already on YouTube, so you shouldn't have to type it in to look, but you know what I mean. And yeah, we do practice together. And to be fair though, I don't know how to say it without sounding like a cock really. When I practice in the garden, that's when I'm at my best, and I do genuinely hit from 8-10 metre, 70s or 69s all the time at home, with no pressure, and that gets to her sometimes because she wants to beat me, and I don't know if it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. It's either putting her off or it's making her try really hard to get good scores, but she can average 65, 66ish, bulls and nines. She's a brilliant shot, and of course I'm proud of her, love her to bits, But right then, next question. Do you have any plans of competing internationally in the future? Yes. I was thinking about it last year, but I've had a lot going on with the business, and to be fair, we're up to our eyes in it. With the 3 or 4 shoots a year and all that as well, there's a lot going on. But yeah, definitely. Where would I like to go and practice? Go and shoot abroad, sorry. I like the look of the Spanish ones because I think they shoot 2 to 2.5 inch clay discs from 10 metre, which is, say, that big. And over here from 10 metre we're used to shooting like 1.5 inch bulls, and I can pretty much hit that. So I'm not saying I'd do well or anything, but I'd fancy a crack at them big 2 inch or 2.5 inch discs. The East Coast Slingshot Tournament, I'd love to go and see that without a doubt. I'd love to enter. Well, I'd just love to go. Be really, really good to meet Blue Skeen. I'm been a fan of his. He's probably the best, well, probably was the best shot on the planet. I bet he can still shoot now, but in his day, nobody could touch him. He's the legend in my eyes. A lot of people say Rufus Hussey is the legend, but Blue Skeen, I think he is and has been the #1 throughout the world. Yeah, so I'd like to go to the East Coast, but I'd like to compete at that. I like the look at the events, the way they shoot. They have different. I think they have a speed shooting one, and I think they have you pick your own target. You have a big one worth less points, and they get smaller, so you pick what you shoot for, which I really like the idea of that format. So if you aim small, you score big, but if you miss, whatever, you can aim for the big targets to get a score in, but you're only hitting small. I'd like to do that. If I entered that comp, I'd like to do it last. I'd like to be the last one to enter, because then you can see whether it would be worth going for the small ones, or could you play it safe. But I don't know if they'd all shoot at the same time or whatever. But yeah, I'd like to go abroad. It'll be the East Coast Slingshot Tournament, or it'll be the Spanish Championships. I've looked at the Italian ones, the Mexican ones. I'd love to get to them as well, but if there was two, it'll be between Spain and the East Coast one. Probably the East Coast one, and I do have plans on going. I don't know when or how, but I've spoke to it before with the likes of Skipman and those. They're on about going together, if you know what I mean, a few of our shooters. And I can't say if it will happen or when it will, but there's more chance of me going to one than not going to one, whether it be this year, next year, in 5 years' time, I don't know. But it's definitely something I'd like to have a go at, and, you know, work for myself. I can have the time off. I can afford to get on the plane and go there and do it. Just finding a little bit of time, and I'm pretty sure I'll be on to them soon. Next question. Just a few extra questions while we have you here. Are there any new products coming out? Product? What's a product? A product. Are there any more products coming out soon, or any new products? Yeah. As you can see, we've got our multiplex wooden range, which we've had for years. That's sort of the core of our business, but we want to keep them coming. We've took the wooden time-consuming designs off the website now, like the palm swells, the palm swell laminates, and all that sort of stuff. We can't keep up with the demand for that stuff. That's why we ended up with a big weight, and, you know, I'll be honest, I just couldn't keep up, so we've took them all off now. What we sell on the website is more cut and router. They're still finished to the same as any of our high-end stuff and that, but the more simple we can get through more, we can keep on top of the orders. As you probably know, we've got the aluminium range now, which we don't actually make ourselves, so we've got something ready to go. We've got the Super Grip, GPS, Phoenix Palm Swell, Little Devil, Pocket Poacher Bark 2. We got all them in cast aluminium ready, but I think we're actually out of stock of a damn lot of them now, to be fair. The alley ones come, as soon as we get the alley ones in, they go. Even the Pocket Poacher Super Grips, we started having a wait on them, because people want to order the aluminium ones, the Super Grip, and we say, listen, they're not going to be in stock for a few weeks. Well, can I put an order in now? And we're like, well, you're welcome to, but there's a wait. And they put an order in because they know how quick they go. So we got deposits coming left, right and centre for them, and we're trying to keep them coming. But, you know, it's the Super Grip. A lot of people say it's a great design. I'm not a believer of one design can make you a better shooter, or one design is more accurate than the other. But I must have 50 to 100 customers who have said that the Pocket Poacher Super Grip has made them shoot better. But I think a lot of that could be in their head. No disrespect to anybody, because, you know, the catapult is not accurate. It's the person holding it and how you shoot it. It can be, I do believe some catapults can be more accurate for some people, but there's no such thing as having a catapult that is accurate, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense? But yeah, and as for the new products, you've seen we've probably started doing all the laser cut cores now. These are on the eBay shop. So the eBay shop's something we're going to grow to run alongside the website. It took us 2 years to build the website up. We've got 200 or 300 items on there now. And the website sort of, it's not finished, but it's there. With the cores haven't gone on it yet. That's another thing that's selling too fast on eBay. We've got new cores on the way. Projection moulding is something we're in and out of. We're looking, we're getting stuff, but to be fair, there's not a lot of people that do it, but we've just been put in touch with somebody from who cuts my laser core things out. Pardon me. But I know somebody who does it, so we've sort of got the ball rolling. Another thing a lot of people want, a cheap solid frame, a cheap gamekeeper, ready for instant dispatch, and we've got that covered. All will be revealed in a few weeks. Got somebody, you know, 20mm thick HDPE boards, pretty much bomb proof, who can laser cut us. Well, water cut us on the CNC machine, can cut us 500 frames out or whatever. We can ride them. We got loads ready to go. Because they're HDPE, we can guarantee that, you know, they're solid. The bomb proof. You can fork it, you can hammer it, you can, you know, chew it to bits, do whatever you want. These will not break, and if one breaks under normal use, we'll replace it for life for free. So that's what we'll be doing with that. Now we can have them shipped in hundreds, 200s. There's no sanding in it for us. There's no, you know, there's no work, so we can have them in and out, and that'll be all over eBay and the website, and that they won't be cheap. Probably about £14, £15. That's banded, finished, ready. They're only cheap and cheerful, but they're solid and they'll last you a lifetime. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we've got loads of stuff coming. It's hard to say because we're that busy. There's loads of routes we want to go down. We've got the wooden ones, we've got the cores, we've got the cast metal ones, we've got the HDPE ones, we've got the injection moulding ones. And you know, there's loads on my YouTube now. It's took off, and you know, I don't know if I want to go down the video route. We're starting to get good revenue from the videos and everything. So, plus I've been asked to do stuff for people, and well, you know, we're going in the right direction anyway. Let's put it that way. It's better to be too busy and having too much going on than not to have enough. So as from the new stuff, just stay tuned. The videos will be getting better and all that stuff, but yeah, there's plenty of new stuff, but there's no rushing us bringing it out because we don't want to just put loads of products out there because we are busy, but we're working through it, we're getting it all done, and yeah, the future looks bright. Let's play. Next question from FlipMag. Lastly, I believe the UKCA and the BCA are joining forces to hold a charity shoot. Could you tell me more about that? What it is, I'm part of the UKCA, the UK Catapult Association, along with a few others. That have been supplying us with shoots for from the first 4 or 5 years now. I've only been on board for the last couple of years though. The old committee, things have happened and you know, stuff's happened. There's a new committee now. We're in an healthy situation, both, you know, for the venues we've got the head of people we're financially stable. If we need something at a shoot, we can do it. That's what the UKCA are. There's a newer community called the BCA, which is the British Catapult Association. The UKCA is the UK Catapult Association. So we're both doing our own things. We get on fine with them. There's no rivalry. You know, we all know each other. We're all good mates and that. But we're providing the UK with some amazing shoots now. Like I said, the BCA one they had was fantastic. Love the Hunters events. Love the format. It was great. Big barbecue, stuff for sale. Yeah, that was a blinder. But anyway, about this charity shoot, we're going to be holding it in October. Yeah, we're going to be holding it in October. It's in Sheffield. We've got it's a big space where the thing is. It's an old air raid shelter, and it's like, I don't know, you probably fit 2 football pitches in. It's got a roof. It's a little bit derelict, but it's a massive, massive area. It's got a roof. We've got indoor and outdoor stuff, and every penny that we raise is going to Sheffield Children's Hospital. Anybody can come, and like I say, I'll get another video up within the next few weeks about that, just saying details, venue, price and all that. But it's pretty much, it's a minimum £5 donation to come and shoot and enter the premises and all that. But what's the £5? You can't even get 2 pints for that, or a burger down the bloody pub. And it goes to the Children's Hospital. You know, we're having nothing out for you, so your receipts of where it's gone and all the donations and all that. But yeah, so £5 will get you in. If you want to donate more, that's fine. Also, any donations appreciated, because we're having a huge raffle which will also raise loads of money. Any donation, whether it be a catapult, if it's a band set, even an unfinished natural fork, any donations, get in touch because it will all be on the table for the raffle. I'm sure you've seen raffles at the previous shoots. With this raffle is going to be absolutely mega. There's loads of us working around the clock to get stuff for it. I will personally be donating, you know, I always do. I'll donate a box full of frames, fill a table for charity. Absolutely brilliant. But yeah, what they're doing, they're having a charity event. Everybody's welcome. There'll probably be all the usual stuff there. There'll be some target ranges. But the event for the charity it's called the Pro-Am, for professional and amateur. And what it is anybody who's won silverware for UKCA or BCA is classed as a pro. You know, well, I'm not saying, oh, I'm professional because I've won this or whatever. It's everybody that's done this form. It's the likes of, I've only just joined the group, so I've been off Facebook. Keith Dieter, Jumbo, Teddy Standish, Asa, Chris Brown, Kev Lucky 7, all them. Both communities coming together, Dunk. Sorry if I've missed anybody. And that's the format that I've come up with. I only checked and seen it this morning, had a look on the little private group that we're on, the committee sorting it out. And it looks really, really good. But you have one person who's won silver, and pretty much they have to take, I don't know if it's 3 or 4 people in their team. I suppose it depends how many people turn up. It might be 5 or 6 if loads turn up, who knows. And you have one really good shooter, and then you have 4 or 5 lesser shooters who haven't won anything with a good shooter, and that's your team. So the team should balance out, hopefully. Because you'll have a good shooter who can hit a lot of stuff, and then people who can still hit stuff. I'm not saying you're crap or anything because you haven't won nothing, because there's plenty of people who haven't won silver in the UK who are shit up, let's put it that way. But yeah, and they go around, they do something like a little hunting course. I think they do some knockdown targets at PFS, and between each team does it and everybody from each team does it, you add your scores up, You get first, second and third, and it ain't confirmed, I know nothing about it, but I'm pretty sure there'll be some sort of silverware for it. Then there's a 15 metre solo shoot or something, I believe, I've seen on there. Or something. I'm not 100%, nothing is confirmed, but that's pretty much what it's going for. Pro-Am team and all that, and that's what it's good to see the UK Catapult Association and the BC Catapult Association joining up, putting this on, and it's going to be absolutely banging for charity. It's going to be a laugh, there's plenty of beers, you know, the stuff for the kids, it's always a good shoot. Check from my videos, look at the BCA events, look at the UKCA events. They're fantastic. Imagine both coming together and putting on this super event for charity. You got to be there. I'll make a video of it all anyway, that's my job for the day, I'll be cameraman, probably take the odd shot. But yeah, that's about that. Like I say, more info will be revealed across the groups, and I'll do a video on YouTube saying everything, but anybody's welcome. There's a minimum £5 donation or something, I don't know. Like I say, this is just what I've heard going about. Nothing's confirmed, so everything is subject to change. But I've been asked the question roughly what it's about, and that's pretty much how it is. And the last bit from Flip Magazine. That's great, John. This is the bit that they sent me. That's great, John. Thanks a lot for taking the time. Our readers really appreciate this, and good luck in future events, champ. He's called me champ. But yeah, that's about it, lads, and that's the end of my interview. Sorry if I've rambled on. Like I said, I could have been here, been like that on a piece of paper, and that's the target before you think I have got stuff for it down. But I could have been sat here, reading it off. Well, I don't want to have everything planned and written down. Set the camera up, get yourself a beer, read the question out and answer it and have a laugh. That's how it is. Stay tuned, lads. Get to the shoots, subscribe, get on, check the YouTube, get yourself into catapults. Most of all, enjoy it and be safe. All the best. Catch you soon.